If you're running a concrete business and you've either tried Facebook ads and felt like you threw money away, or you've been told you should be running them, but every time you open Ads Manager, it feels like you need a marketing degree to figure out where to click, I get it. Most concrete companies that try Facebook ads don't get results. And it's not because the platform doesn't work for concrete, it's because there are a ton of different ways to set up a campaign in there, and almost all of them are wrong for what we do. And when you're running the wrong setup, you're either getting leads that ghost you, leads that want 1,000 square feet of stamped concrete for 500 bucks, or no leads at all. Meanwhile, your schedule has gaps in it, your crew's sitting around, and you're back to hoping the next referral shows up before the slow season hits. You don't need to learn all of Facebook ads. You need one strategy that actually works for getting homeowners in your area to raise their hand and say, yeah, I want a quote on a driveway or patio. And that's exactly what I'm gonna walk you through in this video. 5 pieces that work together as one system. This is the same setup that's generating 50 plus leads a month for concrete businesses right now. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how it works and how to set it up for yourself. Before we get into what your ads look like or who they target, we need to start with the foundation because this is where most concrete companies go wrong before they even get to anything else. And it's not a complicated mistake, it's usually just clicking the wrong button. When most guys running a concrete business decide to try Facebook ads, the first thing they do is go to their business page, find a post that got some likes, and hit that blue boost post button. And Facebook makes it really easy to do that. Pick a budget, pick an audience, and you're running ads. Except you're not, at least in any way that's gonna put real leads on your phone. Boosting a post is designed to get you likes, comments, and views, not to get a homeowner to fill out a form and say, I'm interested in a new driveway. It's the difference between putting up a billboard on the highway and actually handing someone a quote. One gets eyeballs, the other gets you a conversation. So the first thing you need to know is you're not boosting posts. You're running what Facebook calls a leads campaign, and the only objective you're selecting when you set up is leads. That tells Facebook's algorithm that your goal isn't engagement or traffic or video views, it's to find people who will actually give you their contact information. That one choice changes everything about how Facebook delivers your ad. Now inside that campaign, there are a few settings that Facebook turns on by default that you need to turn off. Meta has these things called advantage settings, advantage targeting, advantage placements, advantage budget. And what they actually do is let Facebook spend your money however it wants, including showing your ads to people way outside your service area. So you go through and you uncheck all of those. For placements, the only 2 you want are Facebook and Instagram. Everything else, especially something called the audience network, just turn it off. This is basically the junk drawer where people accidentally click on things and you get charged for it. For budget, 50 bucks a day is enough to start seeing whether this works for your market. You just need enough that Facebook's algorithm has room to learn who's responding to your ad and go find more people like them. So that's your foundation, one campaign, leads objective, junk turned off, simple. Now let's talk about who actually sees your ad, because this is where most people overthink it and end up making their ads perform worse, not better. The instinct when you're setting up targeting for a concrete ad is to try to get clever with it. You think, okay, I want to reach homeowners, so let me target people who are interested in home improvement, people who like Home Depot, people who watch HGTV. That's called interest targeting. And a few years ago, it worked okay, but right now it's basically dead. Those audiences are too small and they burn out within a week or 2, and you end up paying more per lead for worse quality. The concrete businesses getting the best results right now are doing something that feels counterintuitive, and they're going broad. And I mean really broad. Age 30 to 65, zip codes you service, and that's it. No interest targeting, no behavior targeting, nothing else. And I know that sounds like you'd be wasting money showing your ad to people who don't need concrete work, but here's why it actually works better. When a homeowner's scrolling through Facebook and they see a video of a beautiful finished driveway in their area, they either need one or they don't. The ones who need concrete work stop and pay attention. The ones who don't keep scrolling. Your ad is doing the filtering, not your targeting settings. And Facebook's algorithm picks up on that fast. It sees who's watching, who's clicking, who's filling out the form, and it starts showing your ad to more people who look like them. You're basically letting the smartest part of the system do its job instead of boxing it in with the restrictions that limit who it can reach. The one targeting detail that does matter is how you set up your location. You want to use zip codes instead of a big radius around your city. The reason is that zip codes let you see exactly which areas are producing leads and which ones aren't. So after a couple weeks, you can cut out the dead zones and put more budget behind the neighborhoods that are actually responding. If you use a 50-mile radius, all of that data gets lumped together and you can't tell what's working. And if you happen to have a list of 100 or more past customers with their name, email, and phone number, you can upload that to Facebook and create what's called a lookalike audience, where Facebook finds people who are similar to your existing customers. That can be powerful, but it's not required. Broad targeting with zip codes works great on its own as a starting point. So your targeting doesn't need to be surgical. It needs to be simple and wide enough that the algorithm has room to work. The ad itself is what does the real filtering. And remember, this is all one system. We're 2 pieces in out of 5, and the next one is the most important piece of the whole strategy, what the homeowner actually sees when your ad shows up in their feed. This is your creative, and it's the single biggest factor in whether this works or doesn't. And the good news is that the kind of ad that performs best right now for concrete is also the easiest kind to make. Forget hiring a videographer, forget polished corporate looking ads with stock music and text overlays. The best performing concrete ads right now look like you pulled out your phone and recorded a quick video, because that's exactly what they are. Here's what it looks like. You're on a job site, you just finished a driveway or a patio, and you pull out your phone, flip it to selfie mode and portrait, and you record something like, "Hey Boston homeowners, I'm Owen with company name. We just wrapped up this driveway over a neighborhood," and then you flip the camera around and show the work. Walk along it for a few seconds, let them see the finished product, then flip back and say something like, "If you've been thinking about a new driveway or patio, we're booking estimates right now. Just click the link below and we'll get you taken care of." That's it, 30 to 60 seconds. The reason this works so well is it doesn't look like an ad. It looks like a real person showing off work they're proud of. A selfie video from a local concrete guy standing in front of a freshly poured driveway stops someone mid-scroll in a way that a polished graphic never would. It feels real, it feels local, and it feels like someone they could actually call and talk to. Now, if you can take it one step further, the most powerful version of this is a customer testimonial. Next time you finish a job and the homeowner's happy, ask them if they mind saying a few words on camera. Stand next to them, hold up your phone, and you can just ask something simple like, "What did you think of how it turned out?" Or "How was the experience working with us?" 30 seconds of a real homeowner saying they're happy with their new patio is more credible than anything you could ever say about yourself, because it's someone else vouching for you. A couple of quick things on the production side. Audio quality matters way more than video quality. Your phone's camera is more than good enough, but if you're filming outside on a windy day or near a busy road, the audio can get rough. A cheap clip-on mic for 20 or 30 bucks fixes that completely. And captions are also a must. Most people scroll Facebook with the sound off, so if your video doesn't have text on screen, they're gonna scroll right past it without hearing a word. CapCut's a free app that adds captions automatically in about 2 minutes. And the last thing on creative that's really important, you can't just make one video and let it run forever. When the same ad has been running for a few weeks, Facebook starts running out of the best people to show it to and begins pushing it to worse and worse audiences. Your cost per lead creeps up and the lead quality drops. The fix is simple, just shoot a new one. Next time you finish a nice job, pull out your phone and do another 30-second video. If you're making one new video a month, you're already staying ahead of the fatigue and your results stay consistent. You can think of it like keeping your trucks clean and your equipment maintained. It's just part of running the operation. That's your creative. Phone, job site, your face, 60 seconds or less. You don't need a production budget. You just need to pull out your phone next time you finish a pour. Now the ad gets someone interested, and remember, we're building one system here, so every piece connects to the next. What happens when they actually click on your ad? Because how you capture that lead is the difference between getting real prospects and getting a bunch of names that never answer the phone. When someone taps on your ad, instead of sending them to your website, you're using Facebook's built-in lead forms. The homeowner taps your ad and a form pops up right there inside Facebook, and they never leave the app. They don't have to wait for your website to load, and they don't get lost on your homepage. It's fast, it's simple, and way more people actually complete it. But here's where you make the leads actually good, because this is the part most people skip. Inside the lead form settings, there's an option called high intent. When you turn this on, it makes the person confirm their contact info, and that might sound small, but it makes a massive difference. Without it, people submit the form almost by accident. They tap, their info pops in, then they submit without really thinking about it. And then they don't answer when you call because they barely remember doing it. High intent adds just enough friction that the people who fill it out actually meant to. You'll get fewer submissions, but the ones you get are real. Then you add one qualifying question to the form, and this is the move that changes everything. Something like, our minimum project starts at $3,000. Is this within your budget? And the options are just yes or no. If they tap no, the form closes and they can't submit it. I know that feels like you're turning away leads, but think about who you're turning away. The people who are going to waste your time and disappear when they hear the real number. And here's the part that nobody talks about. That qualifying question isn't just filtering leads for you, it's actually training Facebook's algorithm. Every time someone submits your form, Facebook takes note of who that person is and looks for more people like them. So when you filter out the tire kickers before they can submit, Facebook stops learning from the wrong people and starts optimizing toward homeowners who actually have the budget for concrete work. That's why your lead quality gets better the longer you run this, not worse. Between high intent mode and that qualifying question, the leads hitting your phone are homeowners who typed in their real information and confirmed they have the budget for your work. That's a completely different lead than what most concrete businesses are used to getting from Facebook. But even a great lead goes cold fast if you don't get back to them. And this last piece is what ties the whole strategy together. Everything we just covered falls apart if you're slow on this part. And this is where most concrete businesses lose the game without even realizing it. Think about what happens when a lead comes in right now. You're on a job site, your crew's in the middle of a pour, and you see a notification pop up on your phone. You think, I'll call them when I'm done or I'll get to it tonight. By the time you actually pick up the phone, it's been 3, 4, maybe 6 hours. Here's what happened on the homeowner's end during those hours. They submitted your form while they were motivated. Maybe they were staring at their cracked driveway. Maybe they'd just been talking to their spouse about finally getting that patio done. But they didn't just fill out your form. They reached out to 2 or 3 other companies at the same time because that's what people do. And the first one that called back is the one they're now having a conversation with. By the time you get around to calling, they've either already scheduled an estimate with someone else or they've moved on with their day. And you chalk it up to a bad lead. It wasn't a bad lead, it was slow response. The concrete businesses that are actually turning paid leads into booked jobs are getting back to people within minutes, not hours, not after this pour, but minutes. And the data backs this up in a big way. Businesses that respond within the first few minutes are closing at dramatically higher rates than the ones that wait even a few hours, and it's not even close. But you don't have to be the one making that call every time. If you have a receptionist or office manager, this becomes their top priority when a new lead comes in. And if nobody's available, an automated text goes out within 60 seconds. Something simple like, hey, thanks for reaching out to your company. We got your request and someone from our team will be calling you shortly. That one text tells the homeowner you're responsive and professional, and it holds their attention until someone on your team can actually get on the phone. Now, when you do call and they don't answer, and this will happen a lot because people are busy, here's a trick that sounds almost too simple, but it works. Hang up and call right back immediately. If someone sees 2 calls back to back from the same number, they're significantly more likely to pick up because they think it's important. Don't leave a voicemail on the first attempt, just double dial. And if they still don't answer the second time, then leave the voicemail and let the automated follow-up take over. And that's where a CRM comes in, a system like Go High Level or Jobber that tracks your leads and follows up automatically. This is not optional if you're running paid ads. When a lead comes in, the CRM sends that instant text. If they don't respond within a couple hours, it sends another one. The next day, another. All of this is happening in the background while you're on the job site pouring concrete. You're not sitting in your truck at the end of the day trying to remember which leads you called, which ones you didn't, and who said they call you back. The system already handles it. And what you'll find is that leads you would have written off as garbage start responding on the second or third touch. They were never bad leads, they just needed one more reminder. Same ad spend, same platform, but completely different results just because you picked up the phone faster and didn't give up after one try. That's the piece that makes all the other pieces worth it. You can run the best ads in the world, but if you're calling back 6 hours later, you're handing those leads to whoever picked up the phone first. Now, Facebook is putting you in front of homeowners before they're even thinking about hiring a concrete company, and that's powerful. But there's a whole other group of people you're completely missing with Facebook alone, and those are the homeowners who are on Google right now, typing in concrete driveway near me or patio company in your city, ready to hire someone today. And there's a way to show up at the very top of those results that most concrete businesses don't even know about yet. So if you want to see how to pair what you just learned with a strategy that catches those people too, so you're not leaving either group on the table, check out this video right here and I'll walk you through the whole thing.